Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Joe Somebody Show. In this particular episode right here, this one, the one you're watching right now, we're going to talk about how to get a cheap cruise. So stick around and see what I got to say about that. You need a bath. Don't sniff me, I had a bath. I do get quite a bit of emails, Facebook messages, and YouTube comments asking me, what's the secret? How do I get a cheap cruise? How do I get the best rate on a cruise? And you know, I don't have the magic answer for you, but I can give you the tips and tricks that I do know. The best general information I can give you is that you really need to book either really early in advance or kind of last minute. You can usually also get some pretty good deals on cruises that are off-season, repositioning cruises, or anything that's kind of a strange or different itinerary. You'll sometimes see the older, smaller ships offering really fantastic rates because they often don't have the same amenities as the larger ships, and they gotta really work on the pricing to draw the crowd. Keep in mind that because I've only sailed with Carnival, some of this stuff may not apply to all cruise lines. I'm sorry about that, that's all I know about. Carnival does offer a fantastic program called the Early Saver. Unfortunately, I've never been able to book Early Saver because we, book very last minute, and that's not early, so we can't do it. The Early Saver rate is only available if you're booking at least 3 months in advance on a 3 to 5 day cruise or 6 months in advance on a 6 day or longer cruise. Now, the Early Saver program usually will offer the lowest price available for the particular cruise that you're booking. And the really great thing is they offer price protection, so if at any point after you've booked your cruise with the Early Saver rate, the price drops due to a sale or something like that, you can do a price adjustment claim, and Carnival will well, it really depends. If you've already paid off your cruise, they'll usually give you the price difference back in onboard credit. If you're making payments on your cruise, they'll just reduce your balance so you owe less money. With the price adjustment claim and them giving you money back, reducing the price of your cruise or giving you onboard credit, you cannot go wrong with onboard credit. A lot of people don't really see the merit in the onboard credit, but to us, I mean, when we're buying drinks and pictures and all kinds of stuff on board, onboard credit just sweetens the deal because it's less money out of my pocket for those things that I was going to buy anyway. Another way to get a great rate on a cruise is to book what's called a flash sale. Now, this is the method I normally use to book a cruise. I go ahead and go online and do some research to find out what cruise I think that I want to take, and this will be based on any number of things, the ship that I want to take, the ports of call, the length of the cruise, where it leaves from, all of those things taken into consideration, and then probably sorted by cheapest first, and then picking the first one that's appealing, that's not the same exact thing that I've done before. That's generally, how I look for a cruise. So whenever I pick the one that is appealing to me, I kind of save it in my mind of what I want to do and what the price is. Then by simply following Carnival on Facebook and Twitter and things like that, I watch for them to announce their 24-hour, 48-hour, 36-hour, whatever many hour flash sale. These sales normally have kind of funny names like Pack and Go or Travel with a Friend sale, or I don't know what all the names that they use. Having my cruise already in mind, I watch for one of these sales to be advertised. Then I simply go back and look at the same cruise I had already chosen and see what the price difference is during the flash sale, and we normally book during one of these sales because we know what the price would be regularly because we've already done our research. So then when we see the price reduction with the flash sale, that's the best time to go ahead and book. And they usually also throw in some onboard credit, like 50 bucks. Again, you cannot go wrong with onboard credit. Now, the other great thing about these flash sales is, like I said before, the Early Saver rates have price protection. So when these flash sales are going on, still go back if you've booked with Early Saver and check what you paid for it, and then run the numbers again on what it would cost you with this flash sale. Because if this flash sale is cheaper than the Early Saver rate you got, go ahead and file for your price reduction and let Carnival give you some money back. And then you could give me the money because I helped you save the money, and you should pass the savings along to. Another thing a lot of people do to help make sure they're getting a great rate is they contact Carnival's personal vacation planners. Personal vacation planners. I think I spit when I said it. Personal vacation planners. These personal vacation planners are pretty much like travel agents that work directly for Carnival. Booking through a personal vacation planner does not increase your rate at all, so the price that you see online is the same as the price that you'll get through a PVP. So there's no sense in worrying about dealing with them, because I used to have a very irrational fear that if I booked through them, they were going to make commission and therefore I was going to be paying more for my cruise, which is just not the case. I used to have a fantastic personal vacation planner named Deandra, but Deandra moved on to go actually work on one of the ships, and I have been contacted several times by her replacement. I believe the guy's name is Brandon, but I just haven't spoken with him yet because we're not in a place where we're ready to book. We do a lot of research, and I just don't want to waste his time. But the reason that they can be very helpful is because they have a really easy access to all of these ships, itineraries, the rates, and they can basically tell you what is the best combination of things to do to get you on the ship that you want to be on, going to the ports you want to go see, within the budget that you're trying to work with. For instance, you could book your cruise using the cheapest published rate online, and then you have to pay for upgrades to different categories of room on different decks, what part of the ship you're on, that kind of thing. Whereas if you book with a different rate that's slightly higher but includes free upgrades, you may come out cheaper, especially when things like onboard credit come into play. And that's the reason that these PVPs can be so helpful, is because they see these different combinations and what the final price would be if you book this way and this way, if there's free upgrades, and they just see all of this so that they're doing all of that legwork for you, and you can spend less time going, okay, if I use this rate and then there's free upgrades, it would cost this much, and if I use this rate but then I have to pay for the upgrades, it costs this much, but this comes with onboard credit and this one doesn't, so what would my total bill be? You don't have to do that. They will help you do that, and they can really be fantastic. You can actually use a traditional travel agent to help you secure the best deal because they have access to multiple cruise lines. It's my understanding that the way the travel agents get the rooms, they might be able to help you a little bit here and there with the rates. Now, for the most part, Carnival guarantees that you get the best rate booking directly through them. However, if you're doing something where you're going to have to stay in a hotel overnight before your cruise, you're going to have to make arrangements to fly to an airport near the cruise terminal, anything like that that requires multiple stages, car rental, hotel rental, anything like that, you may want to deal with a travel agency because they can reach into all of those different things and kind of build you a bundle. The world seemed to be obsessed with bundles there for a little bit, but it can be an excellent value to deal with a travel agent who can get you the best rate on a hotel, the best rate on a rental car, the best rate on a flight, the best rate on the cruise, and all these things together, so you make sure that your entire vacation is as cheap as possible, not just your cruise, but then you're going way overboard paying for the hotel or the flight. They can also sometimes sweeten the deal by throwing in like Carnival towels or beach tote bags and stuff like that. I have never used a travel agent. My parents have been on tons of cruises. They've used a travel agent to book every single one. For me, there's not really been a reason to contact a travel agent because I'm only booking the cruise and then we're driving to the port. Now, there are other third-party websites out there like Vacations to Go, which can give you kind of a travel agent look into your vacation because they can see and show on one searchable display multiple cruise lines, multiple destinations, all that kind of stuff, and then you can sort them in different ways, so by the number of nights or whatever you're looking at. So that can kind of give you a way, if you're saying, I want to take a cruise, I don't care what cruise line, or I don't know what cruise line I want to take, I don't know where it leaves from, I don't know any of the information, but I want to take a cruise that goes to here, or I want to take a cruise in this price range, then you could use something like Vacations to Go to kind of use that very broad criteria of all the cruises that go to Hawaii or all the cruises that are in whatever price range, and then you can see all of the cruises on all of the ships on all of the cruise lines to see what's available. Now, the rates that they display, I believe, are the same exact rate that you could get through a travel agent or going directly through the cruise line. So if you use one of those tools like Vacations to Go, I don't know that there's any tangible benefit to booking through them versus using them as a research tool and then booking on your own or contacting a PVP to discuss it further, other than the fact that they probably get some sort of kickback when you book through them. So if you like websites like Vacations to Go, and you want to book through them, you're probably helping them out. I'll use stuff like that for research, and then I'm still going to book directly through the cruise line just because I get a better feel whenever I'm booking directly with the source. I'm sure this is a totally irrational feeling, but I do, that's just the way that I am. If I'm going to buy a Ford, I want to go to a Ford dealership. That's just me. If I'm going to go on a Carnival cruise, I want to book it with Carnival. I want to make sure that I'm in their system and not coming in via a third party. That's just me. So there you go. There's really no secrets. There's no website that you can go to get the advertised price minus 50% or anything like that. You know, even if you see a website that says that, they're really talking about the list price for the cruise versus the current price, which again, if you go directly through the cruise line, is probably the same, even though the list price for it may be $7.99 per person. And if you can currently book it for $5.99 per person, you're not really getting the discount by using that other website. They're just showing you what the list price is compared to the current price, and it's almost a little gimmicky, so be aware of that. Now, even though there are no magic ways to get 50% off of your cruise, there are still things that you can do to make sure that you're getting a great rate on a great vacation, depending on your situation. I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you can see more videos. Make sure to like this video and leave me some sort of comment on YouTube or on Facebook to let me know what other type things that you might want me to make a video about. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Joe Somebody, and I will see you in the next video.